It just sounds like
Ocean waves.
ocean waves. Let's not get that. Just relaxing ocean waves. Five Nights at Freddy's broadcast, not a horror show. Okay, hello, good morning, everybody. How's it going? We went off to a bit of a rocky start because I started broadcasting to an audience of 0, and I was talking for like 10 minutes straight to absolutely no one before I realized that the event that I created was private, and that no one could hear me, no one was watching. So, hello, everybody. Oh, geez. Okay. So we're going to pause that. So, hello and good morning, everybody. I'm here joined by Tyler. Say hi.
Hello.
That's Tyler. If you don't know Tyler, he's known as Stoneface Tyler or One Word Tyler or sometimes No Word or No Face Tyler. But he's Tyler, and so he's here joining me for the stream. Chica, go lay down. Chica, lay down. So the point of this, which some of you may have been confused about, is I kind of wanted to have like a round table, not post-mortem discussion about Five Nights at Freddy's, but it's definitely not in the vein of me going like, hey, I want to talk about Five Nights at Freddy's as much as possible because we need to always be talking about it. No, it's just a fascinating thing that I've never actually discussed Five Nights at Freddy's both as a game, as a universe that it built, and also as like a phenomenon on YouTube, and like the thing that it's built for the people who love this game and love the universe that it is, and like the idea that one guy has created this thing and it's almost become so complicated, spanning across 6 games now, including Five Nights at Freddy's World, which I've never played, and a book. So it's just really interesting to say that me, who I proclaim myself as the king of Five Nights at Freddy's. Sorry, my hair is just really bugging me today, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. Who I proclaim myself as the king of Five Nights at Freddy's, and yet I've never really discussed it on a basic level. So that's kind of what we're here for right now. So,
meanwhile, I know practically nothing about Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, so
I've watched maybe a tidbit of every couple of videos, but never really finished it or paid much attention to it. So.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting because I'm so deep in the game, and like I've never thrown my hat in the theory crafting realm of it, like the lore and like the finding the mysteries, because I felt like I didn't need to do that because everyone already had that taken care of. But at the same time, like I've had ideas about the game and I've just never spoken up about it because I didn't feel like it really needed to be addressed when everyone was already making stuff about it. So I thought a really good way to do this was just to have literally a round table with you guys to talk about what was going on in this game and why it was here and what we were doing with it and like where it was going, especially with Sister Location, and especially considering this weekend, I've literally been doing nothing but making these videos. Everything has gone by the wayside, and everything has just literally stopped in favor of doing these. How do I make my chair not, there we go, not lean back so I'm not gonna fall backwards. So yeah, first off, can you hear us okay? Is everything coming through? Like, I don't know if we're gonna be able to determine anything from that. Here, actually, if I was smarter about this and we had more time to set this up, I would have had this ready to go, but unfortunately I don't, because I'm an idiot, but whatever, that happens. Okay, right about there. Gonna have this up, we're gonna have Twitter, we're gonna have,
yeah, I have my phone just in case. So.
Yeah, you also look at stuff, so yeah, there we go. Yeah, people say it's good. Okay, that's good to hear. Yeah, so we got a different mic setup. It's actually got a compressor in here. You can see we've got these 2 lavs on ours. So yeah, it should be okay. Wait, talk?
What do you want me to say?
Just talk so I can hear.
I'm talking.
No, I mean hear.
Are you hearing me?
I don't know.
Can they hear me?
Yeah, probably. Exotic butters. Yeah, and we'll also discuss at length, like I expect to spend about 2-3 hours talking exactly how Exotic Butters changes the game in terms of like everything, and how if you trace back through every game, you'll see the Exotic Butters in every single game. You have no idea what I'm talking about.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
You don't know about the Exotic Butters, the super secret and especially like important elements of
The only thing I thought of was like Bob getting exotic when he's doing the Butters voice.
What, Bob getting exotic?
Well, you remember he did the Butters voice.
Oh, I remember, but what do you mean by exotic?
I don't know,
exactly?
like
Please
doing the
explain
Butters
yourself.
voice and making him sound more like rich and profound and
Oh, I don't
like,
think that's
stuck
what you
up.
meant by exotic. I don't think that's at all
Well,
what you meant
what do you
by-
think I meant by exotic?
I think you were going
Worldly?
to... Worldly? What does that mean? You keep using terms that don't mean anything. Yeah, anyway, so if you haven't caught up on Sister Location or stuff like that, don't watch this because we're going to talk openly about spoilers. We're going to literally talk about everything here. So if you don't want to hear this stuff, don't watch because we're going to talk about like the ending of Sister Location. We're going to talk about every game that I know of, and then we're going to explore other games like Five Nights at Freddy's World, which I'm pretty sure has some important things to do with the story and connecting it all together because there's a reason that game was made. You know, Scott doesn't do anything without a reason, except maybe release it too early, because that's what he did the first time. He was not ready.
Yeah.
But you know, he definitely made it or remade it, you know, for a reason, and he went that direction for a reason. And you know, it's a mystery that plagues a lot of people. And I'm pretty sure if we dive deep into Five Nights at Freddy's World, we would find the exotic Butters lurking deep within the deepest realm of anyway. So yeah, so let's talk about that, and then I'm gonna show him all the games as we go through because I kind of want to like give him an idea of like what it is, and definitely revisiting the first game, which is, you know, obviously in a lot of people's hearts the best game, like because it was the original and because like it is the quintessential Quentin Tarantino central of Five Nights at Freddy's and the origin for what it all is. So it's what the fuck is that?
I know more about that. But
What is this? What is this? I just saw something that Matt Pat liked that I was involved in. What is it? What is that?
Argumentative statements, elevation, passive, heights, argumentative statements, elevation, passive, heights.
Okay.
okay.
All right, so if you guys don't know what that was what that was is I can actually, let me just bring that up again. So basically, hang on, let's actually get over here. Oh, I didn't even set this up. I'm such an idiot. Okay, can we just reset this? Bam. Okay, there we go. And then why is the color all wrong again here? There we go. That's better. Okay, so what this was is not cluster truck. It was screen cap. It was no, not that. Man, I gotta get this. Is there a way to like add a media file? Ooh, not that. Other video webpage URL. How do I do? How does that work? Is it gonna work? Bam. Ho ho! Ah, that's interesting. Okay, so hang on. Let me. Wow, that actually worked. That's actually interesting. Okay, so if I
think it's already
full
playing.
screen on this, no, it's not playing yet.
Okay.
That's fascinating. It's right in there. So okay, so something that someone ripped from my game just to work with the audio.
Argumentative statements, elevation, passive, heights, argumentative statements, elevation, passive, heights,
Huh. That's fascinating. That's really interesting. So what that is that's audio that was in the game. It was after like the third night when you change the voice of the AI that's talking to you. Don't worry about that. You don't need to know about what that is because you haven't seen the game. But what that is someone changed the garbled audio that you heard in the beginning there into actually something intelligible. So that's actually really interesting. What was it? What were the words? What was the words again?
Elevation, heights,
Yeah.
standards, argument.
Argumentative standards, elevation, passive, heights. Yeah. I don't even know if those mean anything, but they might mean something because one thing that Scott does is he never puts in anything that doesn't mean something and is tied in some way. Well, no, that's actually not true. That's actually 100% not true. There is a line of dialogue. What's Chica doing?
She crawled under my chair, and I don't know what she's doing.
Chica, go lay down. Go lay down, pup. Don't grumble. Go lay down. Chica, go lay down. Don't tug any wires. Go lay down. Sorry, Chica's being a bit of a butt. There was another line of dialogue from the very first game that people latched onto, and it was meaningless. There was this line in garbled audio, just like that, in the first game, that if you really fiddled with it and tried to understand it, you heard the words "joy of creation," which refers to a different poem that's not actually. It's something that doesn't actually have to do with it. And there's even like the fan name called Joy of Creation that was made for that. And what's weird is that original phrase, they will know the joy of creation is actually from an original poem that has nothing to do with Five Nights at Freddy's. It's in there because it sounded garbled, and it really has nothing to do with anything, but people latched onto it. I don't even think Joy of Creation was the right term to pull out of that. There's like Joy of Creation quote. Yeah, it's here it is. This is just a post on the Five Nights at Freddy's subreddit that I just pulled up. It was never "they will know the joy of creation." That is actually not the original translation, and that's not a part of what it actually was, because the original was like some quote or some speech from someone talking about something like incredibly different. Oh yeah, the actual quote is not joy of creation. The actual quote is joy of creative service, and not joy of creation. Like that's completely like sidetracked from everything. But everyone thought joy of creation was so interesting because it referred to like the animatronics being made, or like the souls of the children understanding like the joy of being put into a thing, like, and that's what people were like, whoa my God, that is so cool, we got it, oh my God, that is so cool. And admittedly it is kind of cool, but at the same time it's actually wrong, and it's actually different. So I don't know if that ever actually came about in the actual lore, and I don't think it ever did because it's not what Scott actually meant. But this is the words. No one
creative service.
Yeah, not that. I'm talking about the
yeah.
garbled audio from Sister Location, and not that one. And so, like, I wonder if that has anything to do with it. But those are just words by themselves. Now they could be related to a code. They could, if you like put in the first letter and translate it into a number and then punch it in the keypad. Maybe that's going to be something. That's entirely possible. I'm not going to do that. Like, I'm not here to do that. That's not why I'm here.
Crack the code, Mark.
I don't want to crack the code. I don't want to do anything. Can I have an apple scone? Because those are delicious. We're also eating breakfast here, so this is an excuse to talk to you guys and also eat breakfast. So
listen to our great sounds of chewing.
Yeah, exactly. That is just stuff crumbles. Good morning, everybody. That's some good stuff. Put this away. So anyway.
This really takes me back to when I ran and got you Red Bulls and stuff after my knee surgery.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Making you limp to the store. Okay, so the other thing is we were going to kind of go through an anthology of Five Nights at Freddy's starting in the beginning, and we kind of jumped the gun here because we went right from sister location audio right to Five Nights at Freddy's 1. So right now, I guarantee you, all of the theory crafters are in their paranoia bunkers, typing away at like 1930s typewriters, like, oh, there's got to be some secret to this story somewhere. So I don't need to like get too deep into this. I know Pat is currently sweating over 10 cans of Red Bull and just like, there's got to be a connection between all of it. So let me just start you out with, let's talk about Sister Location, because that was the most recent one. That's what's on my mind right now, and that's what's fresh for what it is. So what do you know about Sister Location?
I know instead of being at a pizzeria, the animatronics, you build them in a way, I think.
You're not wrong. Keep going.
And then you send them out like they're rentable animatronics instead of they come to the pizzeria.
That's actually an interesting thing I forgot about. That was a point of these. Like, they were supposed to be rentable. Like, you're supposed to be able to like bring them over to your birthday party and have them come out and entertain people. I completely forgot about that element of the game. See, this is why I brought him here, because he'll say things like that and it sounds stupid and dumb at first, and then it's like, oh, wait, I forgot. That actually was a thing that was part of it. Like, I'm just kidding. Yeah. So the main thing that is on everyone's mind is, like, when does Sister Location take place? Because there's multiple points in time that these games take place. It's established that Five Nights at Freddy's 3 is the farthest in the future, if it's even real. There's a theory that it's all just a dream. Like, that's a part of something, and it's something that Scott even fueled, and I'm not 100% sure if it's like actually true or if he led people down a really wrong path. But Five Nights at Freddy's 3 is way farthest in the future. Five Nights at Freddy's 1 is next in line because Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is a prequel to Five Nights at Freddy's 1.
Okay.
And then Five Nights at Freddy's 4 is so far, like, just by date, the earliest, because it takes place in 1983. So 1983 is when that happens, very early on. And that's when still the original Five Nights at Freddy's, or it wasn't even Five Nights, it wasn't even Freddy's Pizzeria, it was like Freddy's Family, it was Fredbear's Family Diner, because Fredbear is different than Freddy, because, okay, I can see I'm losing you here. Don't worry, you lose everybody. So if we pull up who Fredbear is this is Nightmare Fredbear. Let's see, can I just pull this right in here? No, I cannot. Fredbear is bam. This is Fredbear. So, hey, how's it going, Tyler? I'm gonna haunt your dreams and stalk you late at night. Better get ready to go in the belly in my mouth. So, yeah, this is Fredbear. If you look at him, he doesn't look friendly or anything, because this is Nightmare Fredbear. But one of the important things to note is, like, he has a mouth in his stomach. Remember that. That's actually important.
Okay.
In Five Nights at Freddy's 4, like, he had mouth in his stomach. And that's something to remember, because Five Nights at Freddy's 4, which was the earliest, is like through the eyes of a child. Like, the whole game is through the eyes of a child, and it might be the eyes of a child after he's had a horribly traumatic like brain injury. Like, his head was crushed in the jaws of actual Fredbear, who is a much cuter version, was actually like the family friendly thing that was at the diner that everybody was very happy about, and like, this is actually Fredbear. Hi, I'm just gonna rest on your shoulder here. Don't mind me, Tyler. So you're just surrounded by the Fredbear. So yeah, so Fredbear was part of Fredbear's Family Diner, and that took place in the original, or not the original, but the oldest game, which was Five Nights at Freddy's 4. And Five Nights at Freddy's 4 and the book were released about the same time. In the book, which I have not read the book. I have not read the book. I should read the book, but I have not read the book, so I cannot speak for any knowledge about the book. So I need you guys to fill my memory if there are important bits of detail from the book. But what I will pull is from the games, and I believe firmly that the games should be enough to, like, carry everything through, because It's all about the games. I mean, the book
Right.
is important details, definitely, and there's very important things, but I want to talk about the games and the impact the games had and the story about the games. So anyway, Fredbear has two versions. This is the version that through the eyes of the child, and you can see how crazy like this child in his nightmares has made this in like his hospital bed. He is dying nightmares. This is what he remembers of his cherished memories, because he had toys of these guys in his place. He had toys of them. He loved these characters. He loved them. They were fantastic.
Is this the one where you're in the bedroom?
Yes, this is the one where you're in the bedroom. Good.
Okay.
So what do you know about Five Nights at Freddy's 4? Please tell us. Just gonna set him.
You're in the bedroom and you're kind of
It's like good and evil conscience on your
checking
shoulders.
your. You have to check the window, the door, closet, under the bed.
Pretty close. Pretty close.
And there's like, doesn't he have like stuffed animals on the bed that kind of come alive if you don't check on them too?
Yeah, but what about the story of it? Okay, you know, I don't blame you. There's not a lot of story, but at the same time, there is a lot of story. But then it's like distorted because what can you trust from the mind of a dying child? Like literally, like you're hearing a story from a dying child. How much can you trust from that? And there was also pieces of the puzzle that, you know, that Scott decided not to fulfill, like the box. Like there was this box. If you beat the game on the hardest mode, you get a box, and it's got 2 locks on it. 2. Like, why have 2 locks on a box, right? Wait, it had 2, right? It had 2. Let me pull up Fnaf 4 box. Yeah, it had 2 locks. Let's see. Do bam. Okay, so perhaps some things are. Let me just pull this up full screen. Perhaps some things are best left forgotten for now. And this like destroyed people. This annihilated people. This was like, oh, good God, why is this here? How do we open? And everyone was dying. There's no way in the game to currently open the box. There was no game file with the box open. There was nothing that showed anything inside the box because the box, like literally, was like this thing that I don't think Scott knew if he wanted to open it. He just wanted to show people and then maybe patch it later because obviously he knew people dig in the game files and show these things. But there's no anything that shows inside the box. And even after that, Scott was like, you know what? Never mind. I don't want the box open because the box literally would have had the entire story wrapped up in one. And this is my favorite detail about the game and what I think is the most important thing about it is he loved the fact that people pursue these things. He loved the fact that people like pursue these. I can't speak for Scott. This is just my understanding of it. But I think that's one of the most beautiful things about the game is that the mystery is so deep that people are one, motivated to find it out, and it's not too convoluted that they can't do it, but it's getting to the point where it's almost too convoluted that we need some answers. And I think that Sister Location has answered a lot of things.
Well, my question would be, with 2 locks, it makes me think like 2 different people have to have keys to open the box.
I've never thought of that. Oh.
Kind of like the nuclear codes, how there's 2 people that have to turn the key at the same time in the movies.
You're right. See, this is why
So
I bring
what
him
about
here.
like
I've never
the
thought of that.
makers of the animatronics? Like, are there 2 people that made them?
Are there? There are. Because Sister Location just established that. Because there are. There's 2 creators of the animatronics, and Sister Location established that Mr. Afton, the purple guy, was a creator of the animatronics at Sister Location. That's brilliant. That's legitimately brilliant. Like, no joke, that is legitimately brilliant. I never thought of it like as a nuclear launch code. It's always played me, why are there 2 locks? Because 2 locks is like a redundancy. 2 locks is like, I was always thinking like there was 2 things you had to do, but 2 people. And the only unifying 2 people would be the creator. Wow. That's really interesting. It may not be right. Like,
Right,
I'm not going to jump to say, like, holy shit, he's right. But that's something that I've never, ever thought of before. And I don't know who has. Like, who has? Because I believe that before the sister location, it was always understood that there was one creator of the animatronics. Even though in Five Nights at Freddy's, we're going to do a challenge. Five Nights at Freddy's 2, there was the new animatronics. Like Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is a prequel to Five Nights at Freddy's 1, but they made these toy animatronics that were shinier and newer and really cool. But then eventually they also were corrupted and started doing some weird shit. So, like.
And I didn't even know about the two creators, by the way. That was out of nowhere.
Oh no, that's fine. Yeah, that's totally fine. Let me get rid of Fredbear because he's creeping. But I'll leave little dude like right here. So I'm gonna get rid of these guys. All right, so little dude is gonna be doink, boop boop. He's gonna be right down there. So okay, that's a fascinating deduction though because there really are two. But we'll shelve that in your mind. Shelve that for right now. We'll get to that in just a second. We'll get back to that because the box is something that people really, I don't think it's ever going to be opened, and that's not important. But that deduction is important. So anyway, so we're back in time in Five Nights at Freddy's 4.
Okay.
The kid sees something. The whole point of the game is the kid sees something that scares him because he doesn't understand what's going on. So in the very first game, in Fredbear's Family Diner, one of the people that is there is the purple guy. So maybe it's not. Maybe the purple guy, oh, that would be funky. Maybe there aren't two creators of the animatronic, but I think there are. Like, I think there are because the purple guy was in Five Nights at Freddy's 4. There's a very quick thing, purple guy, Fnaf 4. If you look, there's a very quick thing here where he is, quote unquote, stuffing this. He is stuffing an employee into the Fred Bunny, whatever that was, like Funtime Bonnie, not Funtime Body. Ooh, that's creepy. I'm just gonna put that up there, just because it's creepy as hell. It's me, the purple guy. I'm gonna chroma key out the. Hang on, let's chroma key out. Color key. There we go. That did it. Hey. Oh. It's me. Tyler was the purple guy the whole time. Okay, anyway, I'm not dicking around. So, the purple guy was in Five Nights at Freddy's 4. The thing to note there, though, is in Five Nights at Freddy's 4, he never actually did anything malicious or anything. So I would be totally understanding if this is perfectly normal and this is totally fine, and the purple guy, maybe this is pre-corruption. And that's another thing that I'll get to in just a second that Sister Location revealed, is that the purple guy changed in Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location. Like, he literally, physically changed. And we'll get to that. But in Five Nights at Freddy's 4, which is the earliest, is when he was first here. And I would believe that he might also be the original creator of the animatronics in the beginning. So the two creator theory might actually still hold water, but it might be the same person, just pre and post changes. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So anyway, everyone has always been on about this event called the Bite of 87. Have you heard of that?
Nope.
You have not heard of the Bite of 87. Okay, that's totally fine. In the first game, Five Nights at Freddy's 1.
Oh wait, it's in the beginning that they're talking about how they have to be monitored because somebody got bit.
Yeah, exactly. The Bite of 87. And the Bite of 87 is important because that is like this landmark thing that was introduced in the first game. And a lot of things that were introduced in the first game are important when comparing other things in the game, like the Bite of 83, which is another bite that happened, and that describes the event that occurred to the kid in Five Nights at Freddy's 4. So we're already getting convoluted. So let's try to
Pick number 3.
number 3. Anyway, so what's it from?
Shrek.
Oh yeah, my favorite movie of all time. All hail Shrek. And next, we're going to talk about how Shrek is pivotal in the plot of Five Nights at Freddy's.
I just thought it was funny because he went 4.
Oh yeah, what did he pick? Number 3, my lord.
Yeah, pick number 3.
Oh yeah, that's right. Pick
Number 3, my lord.
Okay, anyway. All right, so we're getting outside of ourselves. Let's just kind of focus back. Okay, so to recap, we're done with Five Nights at Freddy's 4. Put that on the shelf because I really wanted to talk about Sister Location and not Five Nights at Freddy's 4. So remember just a few things. Bite of 83, Bite of 87, Purple Guy, and then Five Nights at Freddy's 2. It's Five Nights at Freddy 4, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, Five Nights at Freddy's, and then Five Nights at Freddy's 3 in the future. So now let's get back to Sister Location, which is a more important thing to talk about here. So,
Jeez, chat is just going nuts.
yeah, let me just make sure everything hasn't been blowing up, as opposed to whatever the hell we've been talking about. Just been dicking around, because I haven't been doing anything. Yeah, this has obviously been just a very, off the cuff live stream. Okay, we're fine. Yeah, we're fine. Okay, so. Anyway, off the topic of Shrek, Sister Location. So this is where spoilers are going to get abound here. So don't try to complain if we talk about spoilers, because we're literally going to talk about all of Sister Location from start to finish. So let's get right into the nitty-gritty of it. And I'm even going to pull up the game to do this, because I feel like we need this as a guided experience for you, just in general.
Right.
Oh, I didn't even log into Steam. God damn it. Sorry, guys. We're gonna be a second.
Let's get right into the news.
Shut up. Exotic Butters. I'm going to pull up.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this
makes
the
more
most
sense, which is what I really thought of after I thought of the Butters
exotic
voice.
Butters. No, it's literally. All right, let's keep this in mind. Everyone, pay attention to the exotic Butters in the corner, and then. Everyone's gonna okay, so we got Fred Bear oh shit, those exotic butters though. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
I want those. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so keep that in mind because that's very important. All right, let's bring up Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location. Oh shit, is there a way to fuck. There's no way to windowed mode Sister Location, is there? And you can't click out of the. Oh no, I have an even better thing. I'm gonna pull up my own video. We're just gonna, oh man, we're gonna do a reaction video of me doing this shit.
Reaction stream.
Oh boy, all jump scares. Oh, that's fancy and fun, but we'll get to that in a second. Okay, so let me get to my video.
Hello everybody, my name is
Shut up,
Markiplier, and
me
welcome
with your stupid face. All right.
There's no doubting what you achieved
Okay,
on a technical.
so let's just hang on here. Just hold your horses. All right, we got to get to here. No, that's the other one. So we're gonna pull up. Not that. Okay, delete that. Add web URL. Okay, so this is.
There's no doubting what you've achieved on a technical level. These are clearly state-of-the-art.
It's probably way too loud.
There are just certain design choices that were made for these robots that we don't fully understand. We were hoping that you could shed some light on those.
She can dance. She can sing. She's equipped with a built-in helium tank for inflating balloons right at her fingertips. She can take song requests. She can even dispense ice cream.
With all due respect, those aren't the design choices we were curious about, Mr. Afton.
Okay, so that is the introduction to Sister Location. You've never seen that before, right?
No.
Okay, so this is very important to the game because it establishes two things. One, Mr. Afton is an introduction to everyone who has not read the books. Mr. Afton is in the books. Mr. Afton is Purple Guy. That is literally canon. That's what it is. He is the original designer of, at least as far as I know, these animatronics, and quite possibly he's been building the animatronics since the beginning. And this guy is like pivotal to everything in the entire game. He is the quintessential Five Nights at Freddy's guy. He is more than just being purple. He is literally like the main man when it comes to these things. So that's who Purple Guy is, and that's who Mr. Afton is. So in this also, you see the establishment of two characters. One, probably the owner or lead technician of the sister location, which is Circus Baby's Pizzeria, I believe what it's called.
Okay.
So in the actual like lore of sister location, if I were to go to the sister location wiki, we find out that sister location came about because, not the game, literally sister location came about because of the closing of one of the previous Freddy's store. Now this might be Fredbear, this might be Freddy's Pizzeria number 1, it might be Freddy's Pizzeria number 2, because there's 3 locations. There's Fredbear, Freddy Pizzeria, then Freddy's Pizzeria 2.0. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. But this one was supposedly like, hey, shit, they got kerfuckled. Now we're gonna step in and take all their business because there's a huge hole in the market for this sort of stuff. So, any conclusions to draw from that so far?
Well, I mean, going off of, even if he's the only one that's built them, maybe like the original owner that kind of spurred everything on is the other keymaster. So those are the other options. Even if there's not 2 creators of the animatronics, the other person could be involved in somehow. So
yeah, I think it's also important canonically that the box is apparently the box timeline-wise is way back in
at
'83.
beginning,
Yeah,
right.
It's in '83. So the box, if the box could be this thing that exists outside the universe, it could be like literally in the universe. Honestly, who knows? So whatever about that. So sister location establishes these 2 characters. It's very interesting, but then we move on. So
Honestly,
now,
There's location.
whatever, sister location. So
Well, it also defines that every robot, every animatronic has a purpose as far as each of the things that how it's built, like to dispense ice cream or inflate balloons. And
yeah,
all of those
exactly.
Sort of things.
Yeah.
So.
The other thing to notice about sister location is right off the bat, you're talked to by an AI.
Yeah.
Literally, an artificial intelligence is talking to you, and it's an artificial intelligence that makes presumptions. It thinks for you. And these are all important details. They're all very funny details because this is where some of the jokes in the game come from.
Right.
But they are also very important details to understand. This is an AI you're talking to. So the fact that these animatronics in sister location think for themselves, and they do throughout the game, it's important to know that that technology is there. So these things aren't just robots. These are literally thinking things that have been thinking and trapped in a building that for some fucking reason there's a pizzeria like miles below ground. Why is the pizzeria below ground?
To keep them contained.
That's an excellent idea, because that would also like establish like the difficulty for them to escape, which they really want to do. Have you seen Ex Machina?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
great movie.
yeah.
Remember how she wants to escape,
Yep.
like really badly. It's kind of like that idea. But the thing is, like, these things over time are learning, because that's something that Baby establishes in the game. She's learning how to pretend, and she says that in the game. She's learning how to pretend and play dead and do these things and try to manipulate the people, and like the whole game is them manipulating. But the leaps of conclusion here are you playing as Mr. Afton is the question. Because there are these moments, I wonder if it's here.
We're gonna
Yeah.
get right into the meat of the story right now. So I want to thank Scott for giving me early access to.
Why won't you let me play with her?
that voice, Daddy, why won't you let me play with them? So these voices are happening for a reason, right? These voices are happening for a reason. This girl says this before every night. Every single night you hear this, like every single night. So it can be assumed, and it's after like there's a period in the game where you're after you're done with your night, you go home and you're watching like TV and you're eating popcorn, and then after that you go back into work. But before you go back into work, you hear the noise, like this voice, as if this voice is in your dreams or this voice is haunting you. So obviously, what do you think about this?
It would make sense with the creator being conflicted in that maybe it's in his head or maybe it's actually saying that because it wants to be able to go out and be normal, so to speak, and play with other children. But at the same time could have, like you mentioned Ex Machina, the destructive means.
Okay, I think I might have misled you because the voice is actually literally his, like a daughter, someone's daughter. I believe Mr. Afton's daughter.
Okay.
So the voice
Instead of
is
the
Mr. Afton.
animatronic.
Yeah, the voice is an
Okay,
animatronic.
okay.
Voice is literally a human being, and in the game throughout it shows that this little girl made a horrible error, got too close to baby, and was killed.
Oh.
But why is the big question. Like, why was she killed? Because this is literally baby fucking.
That the conflict within the animatronic of trying to replace the actual child. Maybe. If it's Afton's child and he created baby, maybe baby wants to take the place of the child. Because do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's just, again, this is why I keep telling you, because he says things that like are outside of the box, and I'm like,
because it wants that same connection, but it doesn't have it because it was created, and it doesn't have the love and nurture that an actual daughter would, so it's trying to replace that. Either that or it's trying to harm its creator for having it locked up.
these are all great things to think, by the way. These are all like really great things. I'm just reading in chat like, Tyler, you're breaking my mind. It's like, yeah, I mean, like, my God, that is really interesting because it's, okay, of the facts that we do know, Mr. Afton created these animatronics.
Right.
He created Baby in his daughter's image. He literally did.
Okay.
You didn't know that?
No.
He did. And Baby killed his daughter.
Right.
That's literally canon. That's known. That's fascinating. That's fascinating. Okay, anyway, so that's fascinating. So, anyway, Jesus. All right. Anyway, carrying on. Goddamn, why does it keep doing that? Oh, God. Let's watch an ad for me. Skip this fucking thing.
There's no doubt.
All right, so carrying on, you're down here in the, Shut up, me. Stop whining like a little bitch.
That is affecting our ability to properly
Okay, so
chores.
this is all
Check on
cursory stuff. This is the
Laura and make sure
establishment.
she's
This is
on
the
her
environment. This is
stage.
like the office that you work in. This is the bullshit that you're doing, and then you go to work on Circus Babies. And this also leads into the horrible abuse that these people these animatronics are undergoing because. You literally, they're on stage and they're misbehaving. You have to literally shock them to get them back on stage and be like, get the fuck back on stage, dude.
It makes me think like sweatshop, forced labor, slavery.
Yeah, exactly. Like the idea that these things actually have thoughts and these actually like are legitimate and they're being used for like entertaining children, which I guess, they probably don't mind doing. Like they want to entertain children, but at the same time, what if they want to leave? Because it's like in the original trailer, there was this voice line that really was haunting. It said, "You don't know what we've been through."
Yeah.
Literally,
Okay.
they said that. You don't know, don't hold it against us. You don't know what they've been through. They want to get out so badly because they're literally trapped underground. They're shocked. Every day they have a scooping room. The scooping room is this horrible, horrible place. The scooping, what do you think a scooping room is?
I think of ice cream scoops.
That's what they said in the game. That's exactly what they said in the game. The scooping room is about, it's not about ice cream. It's
I
not
kind
about
of
ice
figured
cream.
it
It's
wasn't.
not
That's why
about
I'm
ice
like,
cream. But it makes you think of that.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what Baby said about the scooping room. That's amazing. All right. I swear to God, Tyler knows nothing about this game. But anyway, so what more does it make you think about?
it makes me think like removing something.
Exactly. Removing something. The scooping room is literally when the animatronics break, they scoop the innards out of them.
Oh.
Yeah. It's here.
Is it like removing the shell and just taking the personality and the,
Almost. You were so
Okay.
close. I was almost about to be impressed. Not the personality, but the literally.
or just the
inside.
exoskeleton aspect?
Yeah, endoskeleton.
Endoskeleton.
Yes. So if we
Or
go
removing the endoskeleton,
Yeah,
separating them.
Yeah, if we go into some image, this is a good example here. I'm gonna just take this and we're gonna bring this up on screen. So this is literally the interior of Baby. So if we were just looking at this, it's
Okay,
it's
so
like,
it's removing like the pretty shell and making it so you just see the.
yeah, it's scooping this part out of the shell.
Right.
Yeah, so that's the whole point of the scooping room, and it's done automated like that because every time a technician tries to go to these things manually, they get horribly injured and like get
Mangled.
absolutely destroyed, and because these things are horribly violent monstrosities, and I think the creators know this. I'm pretty sure the creators know this. That's why they have a scooping room, to get rid of these fuckers from their shells when they're not behaving. So these things are horrifically abused in horrible ways. Honestly, who the fuck knows how they're made or how they work? Like, I don't think that's important to any part of the story. Mr. Afton knows because he made them, so he designed all of this. So he set the framework for them to be horribly abused. Mm-hmm. And I think like that would have some element of like why they would kill his daughter, why they would kill specifically his daughter, and like
what if the daughter was killed before he started doing that?
started building these?
No, started the scooping room and the abusive tactics.
I don't know.
Because maybe that's what led to him being so angry at them. This is just me trailing off.
Yeah, it could be, but I'd like to think that when they were built specific purpose for this whole thing, and it was all built at once. So if he's smart enough to be able to build an animatronic that can think for itself, I think he's smart enough to realize like, these things probably aren't safe. Let's build a scooping room to make sure we can keep them under control and shock them regularly. So like these ideas are that these, like let's just assume that he was smart enough to design everything at the same time.
Okay.
And it might be this pattern of abuse has caused him to like be a problem with everybody here, but honestly, let's just assume some things because I'm not here to get too deep into the theory of it. But
Yeah, I just figure because of how we learn as a species would make me think that there was some error that happened. Say maybe he had to make his own arm or something happened like that when he was in the process of trying to do these things, and then he was like, oh, this needs to be done separately.
yeah,
So
it could be. It very well could be. Okay, but let's shelve that for a while. We again, we keep getting sidetracked and we're like going different tangents. I meant this to be more concise than it has been, but anyway. The other element here that a lot of people have been mentioning in chat, we are glancing at chat here and I do see it. The other element that we are missing out here is Freddy, Funtime Freddy, is part of everything. Funtime Foxy makes total sense. Everybody knows who they are. Ballora. Who the fuck is Ballora? Why is Ballora there? Okay, in all of you know of Five Nights at Freddy's, you know very little. Who is Ballora?
I've never even heard that name.
Exactly. No one's ever heard of Ballora. No one's ever heard of Baby either, but Baby has an understanding. Who's Ballora?
Is Ballora an animatronic?
Ballora is an animatronic.
Maybe a replacement to maybe his wife?
That would be like the first leap of logic that I think a lot of people would do.
Right.
Because obviously his daughter has to have a mother.
Right.
Yeah, but like, is that it? Is that like the simplicity of it? Is it like a replacement? Was Mr. Afton driven? But he didn't need a replacement for his daughter. He already had his daughter.
Right.
So it could have been in honor of his wife, and then his wife died or something like that. I have no idea. But literally, who the fuck? Like,
Maybe he originally built it as like his maid or servant.
I
Thinking how humans build robots for specific purposes and having one as an assistant
yeah.
could be something as well.
Yeah. It could be something like that, just as another element besides just his wife thing. The interesting things to note about Ballora. Ballora is blind. Ballora literally doesn't open her eyes. Her animatronic self is not designed to open her eyes. The only time she does is when she's been scooped and like her face gets pulled off and all the innards is when the eye pops out. Ballora is blind. These are important details. Ballora is a ballet dancer.
What about his mother?
His mother?
Afton's mother.
Could be. I mean,
Maybe she was blind. That could
at this
be a
point,
sense.
who knows? Maybe it is representative of his wife, dead in the casket. Can't open your
That's
eyes.
so morbid.
Well, this whole game's
That's
morbid.
true.
You can't say
Fair.
that something's morbid.
Fair.
I'm really branching out here, but like, who is this? These are the questions that I want answered. Who the fuck are you? Like, who the fuck are you? Is this in the book? Like, is it? Like, I'm honestly asking, like, you guys in chat, is this in the book?
I saw a maybe.
Maybe, yeah. That doesn't answer anyway.
No.
Ballora is Crying Child's mother. That would be interesting. Ballora is the mother of the kid in Fnaf 4. Ballora is Mangle? No.
Do they
that
mention the
doesn't make
parents in 4 at all?
No. Yeah, see, everyone's like, no, Ballora is not in the book. Ballora is nowhere. Ballora is introduced in this one. So Ballora, and also, Baby mentioned that Ballora was the only one that did not want to follow the plan. Ballora, like, because Baby talked about learning to pretend and learning to do these things and learning to play dead. And she said that Ballora didn't want this, and Ballora was trying to stop Mr. Afton, like, no matter what. All the other ones were just, like, doing
Maybe
their thing.
Ballora's the original.
That could
And
be.
has been through everything and the experimentation, constant adaptations to it.
That would
The
love.
experimental animatronic.
That could be like the first one, but it's also very fascinating because Ballora is like betrayed by the small animatronics. So it's like Ballora disassembled. Ballora is like almost legitimately, I would call it betrayed by.
Freddy. I see Freddy in there.
Yeah, not that. Anyway, I can't find a picture of it, but there's like when you in like the third night or the fourth night, I can't remember exactly when it was. I think it was the third night. If you turn on the light in her stage, you'll see her. She's literally in pieces on stage, and her little ballerinas are holding her up in pieces. Like,
Oh, so the little ballerinas tore her apart.
yeah, exactly. Like the tiny ones tore her apart. The little creepo fuckers. I can pull up them because they're fucking creepy as shit.
Well, I saw you had a picture of it, Ballora in the.
Yeah, so let me get rid of this one. But it's, oh fuck, I clicked on an ad. What is wrong with me? Oh god damn it, this website is such shit. Anyway. So if this guy, this fucking creepo here. Like fuck this dude. Fuck this dude in general. He's just gonna be crawling up the side there. But this guy is like one of the little animatronics, and it's just like, why is that one able to think independently? Or is that one even able to think independently? Or are they all connected because they're all part?
Groupthink.
Groupthink, yeah. Hive
Like,
mind.
Yeah.
Hive mind. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because Ennard, and this is spoiler territory, obviously, but Ennard is another character in this, and Ennard is what people have been like saying is, and from my understanding, is Ennard is a conglomeration of all the animatronics, like all the insides, and that's why he's called Ennard, is because Ennard.
So like all the parts that were working were put together into.
Yeah, from the various animatronics put into one. And that's like, that's an important detail, because whatever these wires are, technologically doesn't matter what they are, like feasibility doesn't matter. Ennard is, and Ennard just is. That's all you need to know. But Ennard is pieces of everybody, because in the preview, before the game was even released, there was a preview with Ennard in it, and it was just like, there's a little bit of me in everybody. There's a little bit of me in everybody. And people reversed what it actually meant. There's a little bit of everybody in Ennard. He's not a thing. Ennard is not his own entity. I mean, he might be considered that after the fact, but Ennard is a conglomeration of everybody after they've been scooped and into one. Ennard isn't just Baby. Ennard isn't just Ballora. Ennard isn't just Foxy or Freddy.
Which then means he could possibly be the head of the hive.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's the head of the hive, or he just is the hive. When you have a hive mind, like a hive mind isn't one thing; it's everything. It's like the Geth in Mass Effect. Did you play Mass Effect?
Vaguely. Wade kind of played it. I kind of paid attention.
Mass Effect, one of my favorite games of all time. But the Geth is like a conglomeration AI. They get smarter the more there are of them, and the more they interact with each other, and the more in a network together, like the smarter they are, because their brain expands based on how many are there. And it's like, this isn't one, this is all. This is just them. And what's really important to remember, and this is where the most important detail of Sister Location arises from, is something that someone pointed out that I did not see right here. If you look in the fucking, know what? I'll pull it up just from my video of it right here. I'm gonna pull up this video. We're going to look at it so you know I'm not fooling you. Okay, so we got this full screen there.
Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier and welcome back to Five Nights at Freddy's. Now in this video, I will be doing absolutely everything I can to get every last secret in the game. And I don't know if I'll be able to get everything, but I know I can get this secret
All right, anyway,
ending.
so, all right, we're skipping over to right here. Right here at the end. So let me just scooch. Okay, so.
So this is the fake end.
Yes, this is the fake end, and it's proved because right there, can you see that? No, oops, reset that. Ooh. What is this? There it is. You see it right down there, the bottom left, right here. It literally says.
See something.
It says literally fake ending. Like the words are like right there, plain as day. Fake ending. So, and this ending is when you are fighting Ennard, or preventing him from getting in your room in the secret ending. Because there's a secret thing where you literally are fighting him to get in get him, not let him in your room here.
And we're sure
him
pieces of other bots are Ennard, not Ennard is partially in it, all the other ones.
Yeah, I'm almost positive about that.
Okay.
Ennard is everybody. But it's literally right there, plain as day, is this ending is fake ending. 100%. I didn't put that in there. I made this little bullshit thing at the end here. I did that, obviously. But that's this, because I do that at the end of every Five Nights at Freddy's. I just want to put a little creepypasta thing in there. So don't read into anything about that. But this is real. This is legit. I didn't put that in there. So what that means is that the ending in the previous video, like the actual ending, which we will review right now,
Hello everybody, my name
is legitimately the canon ending, and that's what it is, and that's what it will be, and that is what we should all take out of it as what is truth. And there's very few things in this game that you can take as truth, so it's very hard to get like any logical conclusion. But that's as far as like this is real. But what it also establishes is that some things in the previous games might have been fake. But I don't think it's like we can say that because in the previous games, Scott has said that everything after the 5th night, in the extra endings like night 6, the bonus stuff, that's not canon. That's what he said. Like he said that everything after the 5th night in the previous games, every extra gameplay bit, every extra thing is not canon. Even the Halloween update, not canon. So don't worry about any of that. Are you still confused?
A little bit, because
Okay,
I don't understand what you mean by canon.
Canon as a word means like true to the story.
Okay.
Like it's legitimately, it's written, this is what it should be. Like if like something's canon, it just means like this is the truth, everything else is extra.
Okay.
Just like it's not true main to the true story, it's just for fun.
Right.
So, okay, anyway.
So essentially, that's the canon ending. Everything afterwards is just add-on.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that was what we just saw was a fake ending. So the real ending is right here. So this is the scooping room. So let me boink. No, missed one. There we go. Okay. So in the scooping room, you can see everyone's out of their shells.
Yep.
Every single one of them is out of their shells. Every single one of them. Freddy, Bonnie, even the Bonnie puppet is out. Like Ballora is out of the shell. Funtime Foxy is out of the shell. And if you see in the background, in the window there, there's Ennard. Ennard is standing there. Yeah, I can even bump the colors if you really need it. Boink.
I can see him.
Yeah, there's Ennard. So, this is the scooping room and this is the real ending. So at the end of the scooping room, for those of you who haven't seen it, turn away now, whatever. Okay, so end of the scooping room is this. You get
Oh,
scooped.
jeez, I got scooped.
I got scooped. You get scooped. And what does the scooping room do?
Removes your shell and innards,
Yeah.
which makes me think somebody's trying to use your shell to get out.
Exactly. And that's what happens. Like this is if the other one's a fake ending by the process of elimination, this is the real ending, right? So then
Oh,
you have
God, what
this.
is that? Oh, no.
This is you looking in the bathroom
Oh,
mirror.
God, no. Hey, handsome, how you doing there? Oh, that's...
There we go. Eyes open. Right there. Let me turn this down because this is like obviously you can't see anything.
Right.
There we go. Okay, so this is the canon ending. You look in the mirror, your eyes are purple. Purple guy. Purple. Ennard is inside you. You got scooped.
Yeah.
Ennard's inside you. Cool, huh?
It's creepy as hell.
Oh God, it's fucking creepy. God, it's horrifying. And the implications of it are just beyond horrifying. Like, what the shit is going on with that? And the more important thing to remember is baby's eyes are green.
Okay.
Ennard's eyes are green. I believe. Let me just double check that. I don't want to talk out of my ass here. Oh no, wait. Ennard's eyes are blue. Baby's eyes are green. Ennard's eyes are blue. I know this because when I was making the Ennard thumbnail, I was like, he's got beautiful blue eyes. I remember this distinctly. I'll even pull up the thumbnail that I made because it really shows it in clear detail. Yeah,
Yeah, blue.
Ennard's eyes are a beautiful baby blue. Like, I didn't change the color of that, I just brightened it. Like, literally, blue
Freddy's
here,
are
blue there.
red.
I changed that. Don't worry about that. I changed that. Yeah. But Ennard's eyes are a beautiful baby blue. And yet, purple guy's eyes are purple. There is not a single animatronic that has purple eyes. Even Freddy's eyes, they're blue. So I believe like that's Freddy's eye, because it's a conglomeration. It's probably Freddy's eye, you know, various other things like that. Unless Ballora's eyes are blue, but I believe Ballora's eyes are orange based on what I've seen before. I'm pretty sure anyway. Let me just double check that. Because I've gotten screen grabs of everybody just because that's what I do for thumbnails. God, if you
that
guys
makes me-
saw the work I put into thumbnails, my God. Anyway, go ahead.
The interesting aspect is where's the control location for the scooping room?
I'd like to think it's automated. I'm not sure. But it might be like literally, if you look here,
Because you see Ennard.
that might be the control room back there.
Yeah, so Ennard might have been the one that activated to get you scooped.
Oh yeah, guaranteed.
I see
He
you.
wanted that. He definitely wanted that because he wants to, he wants to use you. So that's not a mystery.
Okay.
That's just what it is. So the implication here is that Purple Guy, prior to this, built these animatronics.
This makes an interesting aspect in relation to the box, is that maybe they're trying to open the box and that's why they need you.
I don't think they're trying to open the box because, like I said, the box may not be canon. The
Right.
box may not be in the story.
Fair.
Yeah. All they want to do, as far as I know, is escape. So.
And there are no, going through all of the games, there's no purple eyes.
Let me just double check with. Hang on, let me show you this. Ocean. Bellora's eyes are
Purple.
purple. Well, that didn't help at all.
No.
Well, actually, let me turn up the saturation here. Well, that didn't help. But anyway, Bellora's eyes. Bellora's eyes are purple. But again, what does that mean? Who the fuck is Bellora? Who the fuck is Bellora?
Bellora is purple guy.
No, shut up, dude. Shut up. But what if he's right? No, it's not true.
No.
What, Bellora's eyes are purple. What does that mean? Does that mean anything?
Maybe Bellora is representative of his wife, and maybe there's a different animatronic that has purple eyes that's supposed to be representative of himself, that he never fully created.
It could be.
Because he might have created everything in the image of his family. If he built something in the image of his daughter, built something in the image of his wife, maybe he built something in the image of himself.
I mean, it could be. He always wanted to be a woman, is that what you're trying to say?
I'm not saying that.
He always wanted to be a ballet dancer? Yeah, he just never had the confidence or the skill for it? I get you. No. Yeah, that's totally fine. What's interesting about that is we don't know who the fuck Bellora is. Like, who the fuck are you? Why are you here? Who are you? What do you do? Why didn't you want to pretend? And the reason I was thrown off is because where was it? I know I pulled this one. Here, right here. In this image, Bellora's eyes are orange. Like, that's very clearly an eye. Like, very clearly. It's an eye, but it's orange.
Can we zoom in?
I wish I could. Or maybe it's not orange.
I was going to say, it doesn't really look orange.
Oh, wait, no, that was not saturated. Let's reset that. Well, there it looks red, but...
Well, red is a purple.
Yeah, I wish I could zoom this in more. Full dynamic range, what does that mean? I'm really trying to make this more obvious.
It looks purple.
It does look purple, but that's because I blasted up the colors. So this could be still purple. Okay, all right. I'm willing to believe it's still purple just because it's what it is here, and it's very obvious here. So I don't know why I'd change in between the two. So
Consistency is...
someone said Toy Freddy's eyes are purple. I don't believe so, because right here, no, his eyes are blue. Those are
Yeah.
blue. Blue. Same eyes. These are exact same eyes as Ennard. So Ennard was using Freddy's eyes, I believe. And the little baby here, beautiful baby eyes. Grr.
Those look less blue and more purple to an extent.
Maybe a little purple, maybe a little purpy. Hard to say.
Because the way the lighting is.
Yeah, hard to say. But the Bellora is the only one that is distinctly purple, like 100% distinct purple. And that might be important because throughout the game, Bellora's kept her eyes closed. And like in this moment, towards the end here, when you're looking in the mirror, that's the only time like the eyes open. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's all fun. A lot of fun secrets going on here.
Define what you mean by they pretend.
No, they pretend, like, as far as I know, when Baby was talking about pretending, Baby was saying that, like, she learned to pretend and pretend stuff like that and, like, be...
like make believe like a kid would? Or?
No, like play dead and pretend to just be a robot and pretend to just, but like apparently Ballora breaks down a lot because one thing someone pointed out in thing, someone just said that the puppet's eyes are purple. Unfortunately,
white.
That's not true. Puppet doesn't have any eyes.
The only time I see them is with like white dots.
Yeah. So the puppet does not have eyes. So he has purple streaks down his face, but not eyes. So interesting
idea. That could be
idea.
depicting too.
What, this? The
Purple
streaks?
streaks.
No, that's not eyes. It's streaks on the face.
Well, I'm thinking like
It's
tears,
not eyes.
but
Well, yeah, but I mean, that's another thing that people made an analogy about is the puppet. Like, this is from Five Nights at Freddy's 2, by the way. This is when this was first introduced, and the puppet is like very interesting character that no one's really solved the mystery of why the puppet is there, or who the puppet is, or what the puppet is doing. But one thing I will say
Hi,
is,
Chica.
looking at it right now, Chica, go lay down. Chica, go lay down. One thing I will say is, remember the whole thing about distorted from a child's mind, okay? Compare the puppet right now, just compare, we'll bring up this one. Compare this puppet, this guy right here, this little guy here. Let's get rid of the head one. Let's bring up something else here. Where did it go? From just bear with me here. Button. 4 holes in the button on their chests. If you look like straight at that. Just a head mask. Button, just a head mask. String-like arms, very spindly. 3 fingers on Ennard's hands, 3 fingers on the puppet's hands.
very intriguing.
A little weird.
That could just be image association, maybe.
It could be. I'm totally willing to accept that this is just
What if
association.
Ennard is a pawn or a puppet, so to speak, for Delora?
Yeah, Delora.
Or
Ballora.
Ballora.
Let's shelve Ballora for right now,
Okay.
because Ballora is like a mystery for another day. But just looking at this right now,
There are similarities.
there are similarities. I can't assume that it's exactly the same, but the puppet from Five Nights at Freddy's 2 was so weird because no one even knew if he was real. It was like, everyone was like, hey, it could be a hallucination. The puppet, but the puppet was like very pivotal in putting the children back together, supposedly. So if you look remember, this is calling way back to Five Nights at Freddy's 2, which was like a while ago. If you recall, the puppet had a specific minigame where he put the children back again. Put the children back together. Where the fuck can I? Maybe there's a video of it. Puppet minigame. Put them back together. Oh, I get it. Chica has purple eyes. That's not relevant to this. Chica comes later. Chica isn't even in sister location. Shelve that for now. We get it. Chica has purple eyes. Enough. Get off that subject. You're latching onto one thing. We need to keep our minds open. Fnaf 2. Okay, here we go. Take the cake to the children. All 4 minigames. I'm just stealing this off a good old Raid Wolf's video here. We're gonna watch his. And bam, biddy bam. Good old. My name is Red Wolf. All right, bam. Okay, so get rid of these guys for now. So, all right. So, ba 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 ba. Here's one mini game. One mini game. Here we go. This is the one I was talking about. So this.
Over here gets a gift.
Give gifts.
Gift too. Little
The puppet's going around giving gifts to the children. And then the puppet is going around giving life by putting
mask that looks spooky.
the heads on the children.
And now I'm slowing down.
And right at the end of it, at the very end, once you get that last one on there,
And you also get a scary mask.
ha-boom, you get literally a golden Freddy jump scare. And that's important probably because of some other reason. But it's just interesting that I cannot make any claims to know exactly what's going on, but I've rambled enough. What do you think?
Chronological order. When is sister location again?
Sister, we don't know.
Okay.
That's the problem. We don't know when sister location is.
What if the puppet is the other creator?
Well, that's the thing, right?
Like they're hiding their face, so then
Well, I think what, like, if
because that would explain why there's no glowing eyes. In that it's not an animatronic necessarily. Granted, you got to remember, I have no clue what role the puppet plays aside from in those games.
Yeah.
Or what you just showed me.
Yeah, I totally get that. Yeah, I'm just trying to think about this one. Because I cannot shake the similarities between Ennard's design and the puppet. Because the puppet, especially that bottom right leg,
The way it's
the
spin
spiral
around in
pattern
spiral pattern
is exactly the same as the striped pattern on the puppets. It's like the puppet is a more refined version of Ennard. Ennard is a gross, disgusting version, and he just grabbed the mask. This mask was literally just on the wall in the office, and a lot of people noted that, like, after night 5, I believe, or when you get to night 5, the mask on the wall is gone, and that's just because Ennard's like, I fucking need this. Give me this. It's all he had. Like, I don't think this is like a choice of his. He's just like, I need to cover my face because I need to be some sort of
But
semblance
then
of
that would
human.
make sense why the mask was in the office.
I think the mask in the office is a decoration. I literally believe that the mask in the office was just there as
Well,
decoration.
isn't there in one of the 5 Nights at Freddy's you have to put on a mask?
Yeah, you have to put on a Freddy mask. And like that, I would be more inclined to think that that's like a game mechanic choice as opposed to like a story choice.
Well, I just thinking outside the box here, thinking that maybe the other person wore a mask so then they didn't know his identity and know of him necessarily as being a human and a creator. That's the only thought process I have is as a protective means to protect himself and maybe his family.
Wait, who are we talking about here?
If there was a second creator.
I don't think there's like I think
Chica, go lay down.
In terms of like second creator, I think like the idea behind that is purple guy before Ennard, purple guy after Ennard. Literally Ennard afterwards is like a creator, and I think that's like reinforced when the puppet is like making these animatronics. He's literally putting the souls of the children into the animatronics in this weird way. Chica, lay down. Go lay down.
Wonder if she needs to eat or go to the
She
bathroom.
probably needs to go potty outside. Go lay down. Go lay down. You've gone out a bunch. Lay down. Down. Good girl. Good girl. Okay. So, yeah. Lay down. Stay. All right. So, I I can't, like, I'm not going to jump to any conclusions here. I'm not going to say these are the same things. I'm just going to say,
You see
why
an
would there,
association.
why would there be a button right on the chest? Why would there be that spiral leg? Why would they both have a white mask? It literally just seems like that's a more, they both have 3 fingers. As fucked up as they are, those are 3 fingers on Ennard's hands. It's just, it's just too close. Anyway, all right, I'm not going to latch onto this because what I don't want to do is I don't want to latch onto something is definitely something that I don't want to do here because that's not why we're here. Everyone focus back on the exotic butters. The exotic butters are the pivotal key to all of this. The exotic butters are literally the foundation and cornerstone of the entire story of Five Nights at Freddy's.
I mean, butter's a lubrication means, so that could have something to do with the
Why are you
animatronics.
talking about lubrication
Talking
here?
about moving elbows.
Why are you
Never
talking
mind.
about lubrication
Never
here?
mind. I'm just trying to tie in butters because I
Give
don't
me
know.
a scone, damn it. No, give me a muff. Give me a sweet muff. All right, so anyway, what do you guys think about what we've talked about thus far? What do you guys think about what's going on here? I'm sure the comparison has been made between Ennard and the puppet. I can't be the first one to think that. Exotic butters. Frickin' eyes in the lamp? What does that mean?
I saw my name in something that just keeps flying by.
Makes sense. You don't have a clue. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Exotic butts. He's Springtrap. Oh yeah, that's an important thing. In Five Nights at Freddy's 3, it's revealed that the purple guy is Springtrap. Have you ever seen Springtrap? Do you know about Springtrap? Mm-mm. Okay, so Springtrap is right here. Let's see. I wonder if there's a better image of it. Yeah, okay, so Springtrap is right here. This is the dude. Right over you. There's no place to put this. Put this over here. Okay, Springtrap is, or at least the body inside Springtrap is Purple Guy. He was trapped in there by the spirits of the other animatronics, like the Freddy, the Chica, like the original Freddy, Chica. Well, not the original, but Freddy, Chica, Bonnie, and Foxy. They cornered him and forced him into one of these suits, which is a spring-lock suit. This suit being from way back when, and then he is literally in this thing. Got it?
Got it.
So, the big question here is how in the world could he still be in this suit and still be haunting the suit for so long? You know, how in the world is he in there? But there was something else that I saw recently.
So his innards are in there, and something else is wearing his.
Yes. Okay, but there's a really interesting thing. It's like a development screenshot that Scott shared about
Springtrap.
About Springtrap, yeah. So it shows like the interior of Springtrap. And what's fascinating here is...
Chica, go lay down.
Go lay down!
Go lay down.
Go lay down, pup. Go lay down. Good girl. No, go lay down. Good. Down. Good, stay there. All right, so what's fascinating about this is the way the interior is designed. Because it's not human organs in there. It's 100% not human organs. Those are frickin' string beans, they're wires, they're weird stuff.
Looks like they took his, like it still looks like it's a blood pumping system, but it's all automated.
Yeah, like Ennard's wires.
Right.
Who knows, those could be blood pumping system. But what's interesting to note is just like this like idea that when he was trapped in here, Like there's no human organs in there. It's just literally like a skull and frickin' strings. And it would make sense that the skin dissolved away, like in this other picture, like the skin has really dissolved away. It's literally just bone, teeth, and eyes. And the eyes, if it makes sense that the eyes would stay, considering the eyes are animatronic eyes from the other things, like the purple eyes that are glowing, and stuff like that. And heck, maybe even the purple eyes are symbolic and just like, it's a purple guy, and like that's all Scott really wanted, and he didn't want people to look too much into like the stuff. I'm always of the mind that like the answer is always simpler than people think. But the only thing here is like it's hard to tell what color the eyes are here because everything is so desaturated in this image, and even in this like, wait, oh, I got the low res version of it. Nah, even here it's like impossible to see like what color.
Green.
Yeah,
to an extent, but
like just old and like dying and dead and horrifying and whatever. Okay, so whatever. So I like simplicity of it. I like simplicity and elegance, and I don't feel like I need to really go too much into like the eye color and like what it is. All I care about are the facts. This is Purple Guy in the spring trap. Purple Guy had his innards scooped, entered is inside Purple Guy. That is what happens. And I believe from that point on, Ennard controls Purple Guy, tries to live out his life as Purple Guy, but then continues and is just this malicious spirit inside, a malicious machine, rather, not spirit. He's literally a malicious machine inside Purple Guy, going about as Purple Guy.
You're saying Ennard is inside Purple Guy's body now?
Yeah, that's what happens.
Okay.
Like Ennard, and then like ignore the eye color. Like literally, what happens is Ennard wants to escape. Ennard being the conglomeration of all of them. He uses Purple Guy. He's like, the line in the game is, "If we look like you, we can escape."
Right.
So Ennard is inside Purple Guy. That's fact. Ennard, Purple Guy then carries on with doing other stuff. That's fact. It's whether or not this is before or after Five Nights at Freddy's. It has to be before something. So I'd like to think that it's after 1983, when the first location with Fredbear goes under because of the horrible thing that happened with the kid. He got bit. The whole place got shut down. Though everything got shelved. Mr. Afton went on to work for Sister Location, built these new, better animatronics, even way better, can do so much more. Kids are gonna love it. They're so much smarter. Builds them. They have to really discipline them because they're so smart that they don't want to be down there. Because why would anybody? They kill his daughter. Mr. Afton comes back trying to like get either like figure out what happened, what went wrong, or just like see if there's any way to recover his daughter. He gets in trouble, gets tricked by Baby because he's like, I want to believe that my daughter's still in there somewhere. Gets tricked, gets used, gets turned, and then continues on his spree of like doing horrible, horrible things. Like, because Baby was the first one that crushed a kid inside of her like suit, and then like every other one is like these children are murdered and stuffed inside these suits, but maybe their murder was they got stuffed inside the suits, and that's not trying to hide the body. That was literally them killing. It's just from a police perspective, if a kid's body is in a suit, someone thinks they were murdered and then stuffed. I think they were stuffed as the murder, you know, because that's the only logical thing. If like they wanted like the spirit in these things, and maybe because Baby was like that happened to Baby, she wanted to repeat it. Try to create more, and it worked because these suits became like horrifically haunted and stuff like this, and just like bad juju all around. It's just whatever. So that these are facts. These are what we know, and these are the things that we know. So, any thoughts wrapping all this up?
I have so many different thoughts, but I can't even begin to try and vocalize them because there's so many different trains. Purple Guy's the only one that ends up in a spring trap, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
What's even more interesting is there's a point in the game in Sister Location where you are in a spring trap suit. And the important thing to note is that when you're in that one, it doesn't go off, because this happened where he got in the suit. The suit is designed to be worn by people, but if it like really gets damaged, it will like break and then like because it's supposed to be a combo suit and then fully automated animatronic, and if the spring locks are set to keep it in suit mode and then reverse, and then sometimes the spring locks break and kill the person inside and then horribly mutilate their body. But he in Sister Location, he was in a spring lock suit and was able to survive it because he kept the spring locks wound while he was in there, so he knew what to do. So that's an interesting thing. Just an interesting thing to note. No conclusions to be drawn there. Just interesting. So. I mean, really, like, what other mystery is there? Like, what mystery is there to be solved? Like, the game is what it is, and the story is what it is. It's really fascinating, and like, this guy, through whatever means, his own, like, devices, like, through his own sins, whatever you want to call them, like, just...
It's still interesting what led him to start building animatronics.
I mean, I think
in
that was
the way
just,
that it was.
I think it's just, like, his passion. He was really good at something.
Well,
He was
and then
really
there's
good.
I mean, obviously the technology and the stuff he needs require funds.
Yeah, so he has to go to these places that want these things built, and they're like, we'll pay you to build it. And like, how do we build it? You let me worry about that. Well, he's just a smart guy. Mm-hmm. So anyway, so that's getting enough into the lore of it. We've gone way far down into the lore. We've got really far into theory crafting. We've gone really far into things. I think what people like have a problem with most of the time is just like, oh, this mystery is so deep. What can it be? In the end, and this has always been my philosophy, it really doesn't matter. Like what the story is. The story is really cool, and like the specific details of it don't matter. The story itself matters, but the specific details of why don't matter, because when you're playing the game, and at the heart of it, the game is the most important thing. In like games, the gameplay and how the story connects and how you move through it, that's what's important, right?
And you're also supposed to be able to kind of draw your own conclusions from it.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
Each person can have their own viewpoints, and that's what makes a game connect to the audience better, is that you're able to come up with your own.
There's not like, there might be a right answer, and only Scott would know that, but the major appeal about Five Nights at Freddy's is that everyone is able to come up with their own conclusions, and each one is equally as mind-blowing as the next, and they're like, oh my god, that's so cool, and like, that's so neat, and they're able to do these things and able to go through these and like have these conclusions drawn, but they're enjoying the game, and that's what makes Five Nights at Freddy's so cool, is that you're able to just enjoy it. It's not about the jump scares. Like, that's what a lot of people like get to, like, oh, it's got cheap jump scares, it's got cheap bullshit jump scares, and it's like, that's not why the game is the game. The game is the game because of all the elements and the characters in it and like what they're doing, not how they do it, you know?
And who doesn't love a good mystery?
Oh yeah, everyone loves a good mystery. Mysteries are great. Mysteries are part of everything. But anyway, we're not ending the stream. This sounds conclusion-y. We're not ending the stream here because I wanted to also talk about this phenomenon of Five Nights at Freddy's in how it relates to YouTube and how it like fuels like this weird engine. Because I'm very fortunate enough. I know this. I'm very fortunate enough to be like the guy for Five Nights at Freddy's. Like I'm not saying I'm the man, I'm saying I'm like literally people turn to me for gameplay for this, and I'm very grateful of that, and I'm like really, really grateful of that, and I've always wondered like why, because there's so many people that play Five Nights at Freddy's, and some people can play it better than I can. Not many, because I'm really good at that game, like I'm really good at it, but.
Didn't Scott come out and say like he kind of built it in hopes that you would play it in an extent too?
Me? No, I don't think so.
No?
Well, I was obviously going to play it, but like,
Right.
He's not going to build it just for me to play it. Like, I know.
No, but he built it as a game and then wasn't kind of like in hopes that people that his kids are fan of would play it.
Oh yeah, I do.
I kind of
an
remember
email
that from like way
That's right,
back.
yeah, I think he sent me an email a long time ago. I'm not going to read the emails he sent me. Don't get into that. We're not going to get into that stuff. But it's really fascinating that like I have done it when there's like a lot of other people that have played this. Like
Oh yeah.
there's so many people that have played this, and like I can't claim to be the only person or the best that at it. I
Or even
claim
the
myself
first.
as the king of it, because I shout that really loudly, and it's fine. Yeah, but
You can't even claim to be the first person to
no,
play it and post a video.
exactly.
so-
I wasn't. Like, I played it way after the fact. The first game, I played it way down the road, like 2 weeks after it was released, and I was just like, "This is a really cool game." And then it really blew up after that, and I don't even know why. But it was just, I'm very fortunate to be in that position, and I'm very grateful that you guys like watch my videos. And I think it's even more important like that I did this live stream just so I could talk about what the fuck it means. Like, legitimately, these videos, like the first one is what, at like freaking, it's over 7 million views. Like, it's over 7 million
Yeah.
views, and it's like, I posted that 2 days ago. Like, when did I post that? 3 days ago.
3 days ago.
3 days ago, it's at like 7 million views. That's ludicrous. Like,
It's
how
over
many
2
people?
million a day.
Yeah, it's just insanity, like what that does, and like I can't even fathom what it is, and like how it works, and like how much work I put into like playing those games and recording and to make sure that everything was great, and like I feel like this stress, like almost like, oh my God, people have so many expectations for me when playing this game, and like people have so many like ideas about like what it means to be me and playing this game, and like blah blah blah, bullshit.
Well, I can kind of vouch for that because, I mean, I was over there working just outside the office, just working on the stuff I needed to work on, and I could hear it.
Yeah. I was in here yesterday. I was in here since from 8 o'clock to
About 8.
about 8.
You were pretty much in here for 12 straight
Recording, yeah, just recording, trying to get that last the secrets, all the secrets done, and then after, you know what really pissed me off? Afterwards, after I'd spent so many times trying to die and then get that mini game, someone told me you could get the mini game from the extras menu. You could just click a
Oh
button.
my
And go. I'm like,
gosh.
oh no! You gotta be kidding me! How was I supposed to know that? I wasted so much time. But the secret room that you had to fight entered, like that actually took a while. But man, the amount of work that I pour into like the thumbnails and the process. I could pull up like my Photoshop file for sister location. Like you would not believe how much crap I put into this. Let me try to. It's just a massive file, and it doesn't make any
my.
sense. I have like the way I Photoshop is not good. I'm gonna try to get this up here in let's see, can I get screen capture? Let's just do from here to here. Bam. Okay, so this is my bullshit Photoshop about let's see, boink. Okay, and then okay, so this is my bullshit photo file. This is the last one that I did, and it's very nice, right? It's super nice. I love it a lot. Hey guys, do you like my baby blue eyes? Here, Rich. Hello, how are you doing? Okay, so anyway, like the design choices going into this shit is immense. If I were to just flip through the various iterations, like of the different things that I've done to make a thumbnail, it's almost insane. So let me take out entered here, and God, it's lagging just trying to do this. Okay, let me take out entered. Let me take out all these things. I've got so many layers up. Like yeah, just Freddy here. Freddy, like if you notice this Freddy, this is not the same Freddy that I put in the thumbnail, because this is a different Freddy that I fucking made. Like I fucking made this Freddy. Cause I was like, the original Freddy thumbnail is blue. It's blue hued because that's the color that came out in the game when I actually recorded it. But the amazing thing is, I was like, but that's not the real color of Freddy. So I desaturated all of Freddy, and then I painted him purple and white, and I was like, good God, why the fuck did I didn't even use it. I wasted time doing that shit, but I did it because I was like, I have to make this thumbnail like super pooper duper good, and I'm gonna go chronologically from the beginning like to the end here about like what I do and like my process and the number of layers that I have and like the different like choices that I do. There's a little sneak peek behind the scenes of like that's the final version. Notice he has different eyes. Like his eyes aren't the same because I had to fucking get him new eyes because they weren't looking in the right direction. Okay, so this is what I started with. This is a screen grab from the game. Blurry, fucking blurry as shit. Not clear, very, like you can see, it's like the details are not there in the eyes. The eyes are different than what they were in the final thumbnail. So first off, I had to clean it up. First off, I had to balance the colors. I had to cut them out, which if you know anything about cutting out an image, it's fucking hard as shit because I did it all by hand and I don't have a tablet. I use a goddamn mouse for this shit because I'm an idiot. I would save so much time if I just learned how to use a tablet or got one, but no, I do all this freehand.
We could, once everything's...
No, I've been doing it with a mouse for 4 years. I'm not gonna change now.
I'm talking about for, never mind. We'll talk about it later.
All right, so anyway, so I had to brighten it up. I had to brighten the teeth, the eyes, flip it. It looked better flipped. Then I had to make the background elements. I was debating on certain things. I like these shadows better, so I cut out the shadows, built them into a stage that I brightened. Then I think this is the painted version. This is after I repainted it. And then I had to change the eyes. I was like, brighten the eyes. I was like, the eyes don't look right. I have to make the eyes a little bit different, glowy, still don't look right. So I literally, if you see this, I got eyes, different eyes, from a different screenshot of them, cut the eyes out, put the eyes on there, like labeled them in there, changed the shape, then I blended them in, and then like I finally made the eyes clear and obvious. So they're different eyes, and then I changed the shape of it, changed the size of it. I had to replicate an ear. I had to literally copy an ear over from the old one. If you notice, like the old one, the ear's fucking different because like I fucking changed it, and oh god, it's so much work here. Anyway, so that's one of them, and then Foxy, of course, like I was debating, like, huh, that's interesting. Nah, it doesn't look very scary though, so I had to like figure out a way, and then I used the other one, and I'm like, that still looks too cute. I had to clean it up, obviously, figure out the background elements. Ah, too cute. Teeth brightened, eyes brightened, face brightened, color schemed. I wanted to make it more blue like the other one. I still wasn't enjoying it. It still wasn't cool enough. So I tried to grab other elements. I tried to compare, and I just ended up with, I thought it was better if like the eyes were blacked out, like some of the animatronics from the original one. And then I had to make new background elements and everything, and I put the eyes back on there. And then this is what the final thumbnail ended up being.
Reminds me of the puppet, the way he did the eyes.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. I think the puppet is the original one that had the black and white dot eyes. And then I was like, pulling, this is the original thumbnail, the first Five Nights at Freddy's thumbnail I ever made. I was like, what did this look like? Why was this one good? And I was like, captured elements. So I tried to pull Freddy out of that. You know, background. Background is like the hardest shit. Like figuring out what to do with the background. And I like these like hanging shadows. Ballora, like the original third thumbnail was gonna be Ballora, but I just could not get Ballora to work. Like I was trying to, this doesn't look good now, it didn't look good then either, but I was trying to like get this idea where Ballora like was popping out, her mask was like pulling apart, and it just didn't look right. And I spent like a long time working on that, refining it, putting shadows under there, tightening it up. Wasn't coming together, so I ended up gutting that and being like, how about Bonnie? Everyone knows Bonnie. Like, Bonnie's cool, and Bonnie's great, and I was like, just use Bonnie. So then I did Bonnie, and then I put a red glow behind it, and it turned out really well. But then this one was tough, because I made a completely different thumbnail originally than I had before. It was originally going to be entered in the background, and then this conglomeration of jump scare that comes at you when Ballora is in the hallway. And that was really tough to get through because I wanted, this was the original thumbnail, it was like this. It was like this, and I had to establish it in this way and make it look this way and make it look nice like this. So like this was the original iteration of it, and this is perfectly fine. Like this is perfectly fine, but it wasn't like rubbing me the right way for what could be like the last video of it if I didn't get like the other one. So I literally pulled Baby out and like colored Baby up and gave her the eyes and like did the thing with Baby and like super brightened it and all this stuff. And it's like iteration after iteration after iteration after iteration is like, it's so much work and trial and error and like the hours and hours of work to like scrub and blur and like organize and fiddle and diddle, and hopefully at the end of it you come out with, bam, a finished product that you can be proud of. And it's like, yeah, that looks good. So I spend more time on these things than I do on any other video because I'm so like worried about like this stress of like, I'm the guy, I have to like, I have to come up with something good and nice and people are expecting out of me. And thankfully, like, you guys loved it, and I'm very happy that I put in the work, but just like hours and hours and hours of work. Hours and hours of work. Jesus Christ, it's hours and hours and hours of work. So it's a long process, but I think it's worth it just because, you know, I owe it to you guys, and I'm like, I need to impress. I have to impress. Like, I can't do anything but try to impress my best, and then things come out like that. And I do this for almost every thumbnail I do. Like, I go through this process. If you see something that looks like it took a lot of work, it took even longer just because I did it stupidly. Like, that's all. And then people can tell when a thumbnail is just like, I don't have time, I gotta do this in 5 minutes.
I kind of want to interject and say that you put in a lot of work, maybe not quite as much on everything else as Five Nights at Freddy's with the thumbnails and every aspect of it, but you put in an incredible amount of work for every video that goes out. Even those 30-second videos that you guys see.
Oh, yeah.
Some of those take longer than you might even imagine. Like some of those take an incredible amount of work, a number of takes, a number of this or that.
Yeah, and then editing
it up. Like the one we posted, Little Bitch.
Little bit, yeah.
That took
a
long time
Yeah.
to make that short little video.
Because that little video is just a piece of something else. And that's probably the quickest one that I've ever done. That was like in 2 hours, I finished that one. And then like Discipline.
Oh, yeah.
That took, what, 6 hours?
Yeah, that took a long time.
Yeah, because we had to do like, find out the right like lighting and stuff. Chica,
We'd shot so many different angles.
Chica, no. Go lay down. Go lay down. Get out of the wires.
I mean, we shot so many different angles. We
Lay
had
down.
to
Lay down.
set everything
Lay
up,
down.
all the
Lay down.
the
Go lay down.
cages, the broken glass, all of that.
Yeah.
And then at the same time had to make sure that while we were moving stuff around between takes, we didn't disturb the static aspects of the scene. So, like, there's a lot of work, and this goes across all of YouTube and not just with Mark, but there's a lot of work you don't see. So even those short little videos take an amount of time. And it's one thing I'm really sad about is how animators have been with the new algorithm, how much work goes into animation and the length. And
animation has always been like a suffering point of all of this.
Yeah.
And it really sucks. But we're not
We're
not
not
going to talk about like
that.
YouTube. There's a lot of YouTube stuff that we don't like, but there's obviously a lot of YouTube stuff that we do like.
There's a great thing about it. I mean,
So
but
anyway.
my main point was just, no matter how long or short the video is, you have to understand all of it takes a significant amount of work and dedication.
Yeah. But anyway, that's besides the point. We're here like mostly to talk about like just Five Nights at Freddy's and what it means to be us. So anyway, there's one big thing that I wanted to, because we're going to wrap up the stream, but there's one big thing that I wanted to mention about Five Nights at Freddy's that I think is like an elephant in the room. Not just like the elephant in the room like we were talking about earlier, but literally an elephant in the room. Yeah, literally there's an elephant in the room with Fnaf World, which was a completely different game. It's the only game in the Five Nights at Freddy's series that I did not play.
Well, wasn't that one that had really, really buggy issues when it was first came out, and they had to really refine it?
They, as in Scott. Scott
yeah.
is an incredible beast because he's just a team of one, and he's been doing this all by himself like this whole time, which is absolutely incredible. And to have like games like that, and of course he had a miss with Five Nights at Freddy's World when it first came out, but there are things in Five Nights at Freddy's World that apply to all this kind of bridge these things that I've never played before, and I've never done it before, and I don't know if I want to do it before, but I just don't know if there's more mysteries to be solved in that
The only part of that I've seen, and this is just from an occasional live stream I popped into because I was curious about what it was about, and because I heard, I mean, I talked to you, I talked to Wade, I talked to Bob. I mean, just hearing different comments about it
Yeah.
was, I saw like animatronics fighting other animatronics in an extent of that game, and that's the only aspect I really saw, and I didn't really understand what was going on, but I found that really intriguing.
Yeah, it is intriguing. Like, where is it coming from? All these things look cute, and all these things are cutesy. Like, in the mind of a child, like, it's like two different sides. Things can look like nightmares, like in Five Nights at Freddy's 4, or things can look cute and kid-like. So, I mean, where's the bridge? You know, where's the bridge together?
It kind of would make me think it's after Sister Location if the animatronics escaped.
Well, I mean, the thing about it is it even canon? Like, is
That's
it
true,
even
too.
canon? Is the game even canon? Is the game even part of the bigger story? Is it like part of everything that's going on there? Is it legitimately something that everyone can consider like, oh, there's mysteries to be solved of that there? Is it like, or is it the situation where I was talking about before, like, when it comes down to the game of Five Nights at Freddy's and playing the game of Five Nights at Freddy's, it's like, what does it mean to play that game? What does it mean to do that? I'm actually going to pull up like the original Five Nights at Freddy's, which is what I meant to do a while ago, because this one I believe can be played in window. Yeah. Whoops. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh fuck. What did I do? Oh jeez. I have broke it. I have broke. It's been broke. It's been broked. Here we
There
go.
it is.
There it is. Ah, the old familiar sound of Fnaf. Bam. What the fuck? Stop being. Why are you there? Okay. So like, oh man, why is it not showing I beat this one? Where's my goddamn save game? What's going
It
on
says
here?
continue.
Yeah, but it's night one.
Oh.
Yeah. So like what's very interesting about this and like the game in and of itself and like
That's
the
amazing.
idea.
It was 2014.
Yeah, 2014. Not long ago.
No.
Really not long ago. And like I just kind of want to go into a new game and
I
like
mean, that's
explore.
just a huge testament to Scott.
Yeah. I mean, he's done a lot of work.
Yeah.
A lot of work in a very short amount of time here and like whew. But like the original aspect of it is.
And Phone
Just-
Guy.
And Phone Guy, yeah.
Who do we even know who is Phone Guy?
That's another mystery. Some people thought Phone Guy was like, why is that not booping? Why is that not booping? Usually, there it goes. You boop the nose. Anyway,
It's this honky.
yeah. Shut up.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, hello.
I wanted to record a message for you.
Yeah, it's just really cool. And like the original, God, the original. Oh my God. It was so good. It was legitimately good. Like before people got on the hype hate train, which is always something that happens. It's like this game legitimately was so good because of so many like things that could happen. Like the fuck is going on here? There's like secrets in this one. This is what I loved about the secrets and what I love about secrets in general. Random chance, so each person has a different experience. Because in my game, in the second video I ever did, I found Golden Freddy, which is like a random poster that changes here. Randomly. Random chance for secrets, so replayability happens. So strewn across a whole bunch of people get different mysteries and then they piece together pieces of the puzzle. Oh, it's just so good. Like, it's so good. Like, legitimately, it is good. It is great because of, like, that element of everyone gets their own mystery, and if you talk to each other, you have this stuff that pieces together.
Which then creates a community around it.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what tied it together so well is the fact that it had these things. And the first game is always going to be the best because one of the things that I really, really missed out of the other games. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 did have it, but it wasn't as, like, game-changing as the other one. It had, like, Shadow Bonnie that occasionally appeared, but it was, like, too rare. And it was, like, two things. But then there was other small things like these in this room, in here. Occasionally, if you were in this room, you would go back here later in the night and every head would be looking at you. And if you didn't pay attention, you wouldn't have noticed it. Stuff like that that you can miss.
I mean,
Walk around during the day too.
Well, no, it's not looking at you. Like literally everything, and then sometimes like Bonnie's just like
think-
standing here.
I
It's
feel
like,
like I remember seeing a screenshot of that.
oh yeah, I can pull up a
Something with all the
screenshot.
heads.
Yeah,
Looking.
I'm like, oh my god, I would have loved like every once in a while, very rarely, if like the kitchen camera like turned on every once in a while, but only rarely. It's like, oh, it'd be so cool.
Yeah.
Oh man.
On the Pirate Cove is where Foxy is.
Yeah, and that's a problem that happened over the game is because as the games got harder, there was less reason to look at the other rooms and look at the other small details and look at the other, like, peer through the cameras. There's no reason really to look at the cameras because in the game, as it gets harder and harder, you just literally, you go boink, 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 boink. You know, you flip back and forth like this, and boink, 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 and you do your thing here. And God, why is the phone guy still talking? I forgot he was talking. I meant to mute him. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't tell you these things when you sign up. But hey, first station of the breeze. I'll chat with you tomorrow. Check those cameras. And
Go lay down.
close the doors
Lay down.
only
Lay
if
down. Lay down. Lay down.
absolutely
Down. Down. Down.
necessary. Gotta
Chica,
conserve
lay
power.
down. Go lay down. No, wrong. Wrong. Chica. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down. Lay down. Chica, go lay down. Chica. Chica, don't give me that look. That's right. That's good girl. That's good girl. Okay. So yeah, anyway, so
Every time we talk about Chica, Chat explodes about Chica.
everyone say hi to Chica. All right, Chica, you want to be on camera? I bet she does. All right, where's Chica in the game and where's Chica here? All right.
There.
Some people are like, oh, you named your dog after an animatronic. It's so stupid. But that wasn't my original reasoning. A lot of people wonder where the name Chica came from. Come here, Chica. Come on, Pooh. Come on.
I mean,
Come on,
it is
come on.
it is Spanish for
It is
girl.
Spanish for girl. Okay, Chica, that's not her original name. When I got her, she had a different name. Her name used to be Sephora. But I'm not gonna call her Sephora because like that's literally a brand name, and like I don't want to like have that.
Bonnie's gone.
Bonnie's gone. Bonnie's gone out of here. Yeah, I just didn't want to call her Sephora because it seemed like a really weird name. So when I got her, you know, they say that when you rename a dog, you need to have a name that ends in the same vowel as the last one. So Sephora left me with very few options. So I went with Chica because she seemed to respond to it and it worked out really well and she was so cute. Come here, Chica. Oh, you're getting big. Oh, pup. Pup. Who's a pup? Uh-oh.
She's doing her pose.
She loves that pose.
She's
I'm
like,
a pup. Oof.
I am
finally
diva dog.
I finally have attention. Borf. Borf, 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 borf. Borf, 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 borf. Hey, look, Chica, it's Chica. Why are you looking up?
That's her pose. She's stoic.
She's so noble.
Stoic diva.
So noble. Ooh. Hello.
Hi, Chica. Looking at me.
All right, I'll let you down, Chica. Okay. Shoo-ba-doo. Go lay down. Go lay down, pup. Go lay down. Go lay down. Good girl. All right, yeah. So anyway, that's the origin of her name. It's not
Or
entirely about.
she-
It's not that I'm the Five Nights at Freddy's king and I shall name my dog after an animatronic. No, there was logic and reasoning behind it, but no one would believe me.
Chica, go lay down.
Like literally no one. Chica,
Go
no,
lay
the
down.
wires. Oh, Chica, come here. Oh God! Chica! That's exactly what we were trying to avoid.
I know.
Oh, come on. Oh, jeez. Chica, lay down. Lay down. Lay down.
I think it's in the right spot.
That's probably pretty close. Yeah, that's why we wanted her to. Oh God, it's tilted. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. There we go. Everybody okay? Everybody. Is that
I
better?
hope that earthquake didn't. Wait.
Oh God, no! It broke the camera. Oh no! She bent the cable. Oh, it's so bent. Oh jeez. Oh no. Chica, why? There we
Oh,
go.
yeah, it's going.
Oh my God, Chica. That's why we tell her to lay
Lay
down. We're not being mean. It's just survival. I'm probably gonna die soon, aren't I? Where are they? Yeah, but man, like, oh hey, why did he go in the supply closet? That was another thing. Why'd Bonnie go in the supply closet? Didn't make any goddamn sense. But he just, it's something that he did. It's just part of his character, and like, following them was like part of the fun of it. Just like watching them through the cameras was just part of what made it so interesting. And like this idea that you're an observer and you're a helpless observer in this horrible environment. And Five Nights at Freddy's sister location definitely captured some of that, and I really do appreciate that. But, oof. Hi, Chica. Chica does have purple eyes. That's nice. Not important to
Pretty
the
sure
story.
Bonnie's at the door.
No, it's fine. Oh, he's about to be, though. Hey, Bon Bon. Hey, Bonne. Hey, Bonne Boo. Hey, Bonne. Hi. Hi, Bonne.
When is it over? 8 a.m.?
6.
6 a.m.
Well, you don't know anything about the game, do you?
No.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, so that is pretty much everything we wanted to cover here. I'm just gonna waste my battery. I'm probably gonna win. See if I close these, turn out all the lights. Let's use max out our power consumption here. So we're gonna flip the camera up. Yeah, that's good. All right, chuggle. Man, the battery here drains slower than the battery did in the last night of sister location when I was doing the secret stuff. So crazy. So anyway, we'll leave you with this. We're gonna just cut over here. Here's the final conclusion. If you open the box, it's filled with exotic butters. Nothing but exotic butter through the box. Oh, glorious day. Then you rub yourself